Hey everybody, Joe here, and I'm going to be talking with you about Romans chapter 14. And I want to start with a question. Have you ever started a new job and you got to the place and you didn't know where to park? You didn't know where to clock in, you didn't know where to eat lunch, you didn't really even know how to dress, you didn't know how to get onto your computer, you just didn't know how things went. How did that make you feel? Perhaps you were in a job for a long time and you were one of the smartest people in the room, and now you started a new one, not nearly the smartest person in the room, right? How did that make you feel? What did you do to overcome, right? Did you have someone to come alongside you and to direct your path, to help you direct your path? I want you to think about this too. Maybe you're a mature Christian and you can remember the first time that you went to church. Maybe it was the first time you started your Christian walk on your own and you decided to go to a church. You really didn't know what that was about. So it's like, what church do I go to? You get to the church. Where do I park? Where do I sit? What do I dress? How do I dress? What kind of Bible should I bring? One that's that thick or one that's that thick? Do I clap my hands during the songs? Do I raise my hands during the song? Just so many questions. And I think sometimes the average person just doesn't want to deal with that and they may scoot out the door. But what was your experience like? Did you have a few doors you scooted out of, or did you have confidence to move ahead and to endure the awkwardness? And did you have someone that came alongside you to help you through that process? See, I would hope that since most of us have experience into jumping into something new, that we would, out of confidence from our experience, lend a hand to those who are walking into, especially their faith journey for the first time. See, we don't know where they've come from, where in the world they've come from, where in our country they've come from, if they are churched or unchurched, and if they are churched, what kind of denomination did they grow up in? What was their pastor preaching? Was it legalism? Was it more grace-centered? We don't know. So as mature Christians, we have the opportunity to come and not point a finger saying, you're doing this wrong, what are you doing? You can't say that, you can't watch that, you can't dance this way. And instead, lend a hand and say, hey, I'm going to help you through this process. And that's what Paul's telling us in Romans 14. I see a few verses here that are going to help drive that point. Verse 1, accept other believers who are weak in faith and don't argue with them about what they think is right or wrong. Let the Holy Spirit be the Holy Spirit. Let him do the work in truth and in grace. And don't take on the role of the Holy Spirit. Doesn't mean we don't condone sin, or it doesn't mean that we condone sin, but we point them to let God do his finished work within them. Verse 4 says, who are you to condemn someone else's servants? Their own master will judge whether they stand or fall, and with the Lord's help, they will stand and receive his approval. Isn't that what we want? We shouldn't want them to strive for our approval. We do want to point them to receive the approval of the Lord so you could say, well done, good and faithful servant. And then verse 12 through 13 says, yes, each of us will give a personal account to God, so let's stop condemning each other. Decide instead to live in such a way that you will not cause another believer to stumble and fall. Remember, you have the choice to either point a finger or to extend a hand, to say you're doing it wrong or to say, I'm going to help you. Let's be those kind of people, right? That extend a hand. Thank you for listening. God bless you.